I am a champion. You are a champion. What do you do though if you don't feel like a champion? What do you do if your self-esteem isn't working for you? You don't have self-confidence, you don't like who you are. And have you experienced people who feel that way about themselves? There seems to be nothing that makes them feel good. They might go shopping to buy things, they go on holidays, they surround themselves with lots of people, they're aiming to get lots of likes on social media, and it doesn't matter what happens, they don't like who they are. The reverse of that might be arrogance, where people think they're really special and they're better than everybody else, and aren't I awesome? Which is pretty ugly, isn't it, in people, when people think they're better than somebody else. My question is always this: how do you make sure that when you wake up in the morning, when your eyes flutter open, as I always ask, and you think to yourself, who am I? What do I stand for? What are my core values? Do I like who I am? Do I like spending time with me, investing time with myself? Wouldn't it be nice if the answer was yes? And if you wanted to do some stuff, if you wanted to apply for a new career position, open up a business, apply for a sporting team, play great on your sporting team, compete in martial arts, compete in a bodybuilding competition, be a runner, whatever it is that you want to do, wouldn't it be nice to have the confidence, the self-esteem, to be able to stand on stage, be in front of people, not care what other people think, but be really proud of yourself for what you've achieved? How do you put yourself into that position? And it's really interesting because I'm obviously not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I'm an exercise professional and I've been doing this all of my life, which also means that I have worked with a lot of people that have very low self-esteem. And sadly, a lot of those people have beautiful bodies. They're gorgeous people to look at, but their self-esteem is tiny. They don't like who they are if you give them a compliment. And they might be the most beautiful person you've ever seen with the most beautiful body, and you give them a compliment and they can't even accept the compliment. It's like, no, I'm not. I need to be better. I need to be thinner. I need to have less body fat. I wish I was more gorgeous. I wish I had bigger muscles, all of those kinds of things. I've also worked with a lot of people who hate who they are, so they want to damage themselves. So they try not to eat, or they eat too much, or they exercise excessively and fanatically because they don't like who they are. Which is why I'm asking that question. Do you want to live your life like that? I don't want that for anybody. I would love everybody to wake up every day as a happy, positive person who loves their life, respects themselves, has high self-esteem and self-confidence, so you can go and do all the things that you want to do without being scared that people won't like you or that you can't do it. So really interesting though, as an exercise professional, I could be a little bit, and I'll use the word arrogant, because I think I've got the answer. And that's a big arrogant statement to say, Rowie's got the cure for low self-esteem and low self-confidence. But I always go back to physiology, and it's not my cure. The human body is what it is and it works a certain way. And as I always share, the human body is designed not just to survive. So if you're under threat, your body will aim to keep you alive. Everything about your hormonal system, your endocrine system, is designed to make sure that you don't die. Because the purpose of the human race is to reproduce. And if you're dead, you can't reproduce. But you also don't want to reproduce if you don't like who you are. If you don't like your body, for example, and you turn the light off when you are going to have an intimate moment with your partner because you don't like your body, you may not enjoy the process, or you may not want to reproduce or have a beautiful intimate moment with your partner because you don't like who you are. So the human body is not just designed to keep us alive, it's designed to make sure that we feel good, that we've got high self-esteem, high self-confidence, a stack of energy, we look good and feel good so that we want to reproduce. So that's one of the beautiful psychological benefits of exercise that comes from the physiology of getting puffed and overloading your muscles. There's two parts there. When you do something for you, it makes you feel like you're important. If you don't look after your body, is it possible that you're telling yourself automatically, I'm not important? If you believe that you are a good person, a respectable person, if you like who you are, and I'll use the word respect very carefully, and I think it's the ultimate word, self-respect. How will I look after my body if I have self-respect? I'm not going to eat crappy food. I'm going to exercise. I want to be fit and strong. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to pick up diseases. I want to recover quickly if I get injured because I respect my body. So one of the beautiful things about getting into the habit of being physically fit and strong is that you will automatically have a high self-esteem because you're automatically telling your body, I'm important. And you're not exercising because the reverse of that is that the psychology is really ugly. I'm exercising because I hate myself and I want to hurt myself, or I'm exercising because I feel guilty that I ate too much food, or I'm exercising to lose weight because I hate the way I look. That's not what I'm talking about. Wouldn't it be nice to have a healthy, fit, strong body that has a healthy, fit, strong immune system so you don't get sick? A healthy, fit, strong digestive system so your body can take in all the nutrients that you put in. And because you respect your body, you put great food into your body. And because you're fit and strong, all of those systems work together beautifully. And ultimately the endocrine system, which is the emotions that we have, how we feel about ourselves. And if you've just puffed or if you've just lifted something heavy, you've overcome a challenge, the endocrine response, the hormonal response, you cannot be unhappy and you cannot feel good, you cannot feel bad about yourself. Dopamine is a reward drug that flushes your system when you've overcome a threat. So when you've overcome a weight, when you've punched a bag, when you've sprinted really hard, your body says, congratulations, you should feel rewarded because you've overcome a challenge. You feel satisfied with your life because you are alive. And serotonin is the satisfaction neurotransmitter, and your body gets flooded with that because you've done something for you. You should feel satisfied with your life because you're alive. You have overcome the threat. Endorphins are a pain-killing neurotransmitter that make us feel good and take the pain away from the high-intense activity. So when you put those together, very difficult to be unhappy, and in fact you can't be because they're called happy drugs for a reason, happy neurotransmitters. Brain-derived neurotropic factor is the fertilizer that covers all of that to make it work more effectively. But the really cool one is that the muscular system, when it's overloaded, when you use your muscles, they send a message to your brain. Little myokines race to your brain, cross the blood-brain barrier and say, this person has overloaded us muscles. We need to be stronger for next time so that we can, or even better, we need to be wiser and smarter for next time. And we need to want to survive and we need to want to be happy, which means we feel good. So if you exercise, and which comes first, exercise and feel good or feel good and exercise? Obviously, there are a lot of people who feel really crappy and don't want to exercise, and they don't. But if you feel really crappy and you then go exercise, you cannot feel unhappy. And I'm not talking about a 45-minute class or a 30-minute plod jog or go to the gym and pace yourself through a workout. I'm talking about high-intense activity, fight and flight, 10-second phosphate system, get puffed, lift heavy, overcome a challenge. And the headspace here is really interesting because the fight and flight system is designed to keep us alive. If you're under threat, run away. Versus if you're under threat, turn and fight. And could there be a different brain space, a different self-confidence, a different self-esteem from running away from the threat versus fighting the threat? Is it possible that boxing, martial arts, sport, some kind of aggressive activity that you are fighting, and I'm not talking about fighting another human being, you don't have to do that. But if your body has turned and fought, overcoming a weight is fighting because you're overcoming a threat versus running away from it. Could that be a really important part of self-esteem and self-confidence? So this is my begging position because I work with everyday people who have very low self-esteem and low self-confidence. They don't like who they are and they damage their life, damage themselves and damage the people around them because they don't like who they are. They don't achieve their goals because they've got such low self-esteem they don't believe that they can. They don't achieve their goals because they've got such low self-confidence that they don't put themselves out there to do anything. And I don't want that for anybody. So again, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist because I believe that feeling good about yourself is a physiological response, not a psychological one. Get really puffed, lift really heavy, punch a bag, overcome a threat, do it really hard and intense activity for 10 seconds changes your brain space. And you're also telling your brain automatically, I'm important. I'm looking after myself. I want to protect my life, protect my family. I have self-respect, which means I also have self-esteem. Because if I look after my body, I'm telling my body that I am important, and that's what self-esteem is. Knowing that you are an important, special human being, unique from everybody else, and you deserve to have a great life. That's what I'm here for every day. Romax is about being healthy, fit and strong, having a career or business that you love, being financially free and having great people in your life. But couldn't all of that be wrapped up with self-respect? If I have self-respect, I will look after my body. I won't have a lousy, stinking, rotten job. I won't want to be broke. I will want to have financial security for me and my family, and I won't have crappy people in my life because that would be disrespectful to myself. So if you want to have high self-esteem, high self-confidence, self-respect, get puff, lift heavy and see what happens. Be the fittest and strongest you can possibly be and see what happens to your headspace. Wouldn't it be awesome to live your day, live your life to the max? I am a champion. You are a champion because you choose to be. Woo-hoo!